Hey everybody, it's Joe, Redneck Collector, coming at you with another video. And this one is a VR for my main man, Brent, over at Brent Richards Baseball. So Brent is celebrating 400 subscribers. Congrats, Brent. His channel is awesome. If for some reason somebody who's watching this video is not subscribed, you need to head over there right now. I will tag his channel in this VR. But you need to check Brent out. He has a great collection. He influences me very much with a lot of his cards that he picks up and shows. Some great examples, some awesome stuff from the, especially the 90s. Some of my favorite sets like 91 Stadium Club. He just did a video on the Provisions, Fleer Provisions. Very, very cool. You should check it out. But Brent asked for a VR about our favorite ballpark memory. And I'm an old graybeard, right? Like a lot of you are. So I've got a ton of those memories, but I really had to think about it. And there's a bunch, but one that it came up because I bought a card related to the person that I'm talking about. And that's why really I chose this memory. Not that it wasn't probably a top 3 memory for me anyway, top 5 for sure. Maybe my favorite, I don't know. But I bought a card of the player that it's involved in. So that's really why I'm going to talk about this. So let's set the scene. Like Sophia in Golden Girls. You know, picture it. St. Louis, Easter Sunday, 2006. Busch Stadium 3 had just opened. This was the first Cardinal homestand wasn't opening day, but it was still the first like 6 games at the new Busch Stadium. And my stepdad's company gave him tickets. And these were like banging tickets, man. They were like 6 rows from the field. He had like 4 tickets. So my mom, my stepdad, my best friend Jim, we go to the ballpark. It's a day game. They're playing the Reds. That's right, Rob. Dave over at Peacemaker Cards. They're playing your Reds. And the Reds, their starting pitcher was the most beautiful lady I'd ever seen in my entire life. These flowing golden locks. I believe her name was Bronson Arroyo. And the first time through the lineup there, El Hombre, the Machine, one of the greatest players of all time, he hit a home run that I don't know, it was, I mean, he pulled this ball, he just rocked this pitch. And we're 6 rows from the field, and we're on the third base side, right? Pujols being right-handed. We're on the third base side, right down the third base line. So it's like, bam! I mean, it just got out of there, and you know we're going crazy because it's the first game at Busch. We're hyped anyway. New Busch the third, and Pujols just lifts one, rockets it out of the ballpark, off of Arroyo, and we're ecstatic, right? Well, the game, you know, it's kind of a shootout. You know, there's Reds are, if I remember correctly, they hit some home runs or whatever. Pujols comes back up, Arroyo's out of the game, relief pitcher's in. I don't remember the guy's name, White or something like that. It wasn't anybody that probably anybody remembers. And Pujols hits another home run. So at that point, we're like, oh my God, this is great. And the game's a big seesaw battle, and we're having a blast because we're 6 rows from the field. That's about as close as I've ever sat. I've never sat front row. I've never sat like right behind home plate. Sat in box seats a lot, but these were the best box seats I'd ever had. So great game. We're there. You know, it's fantastic. Well, the Cardinals are losing, right? We're going into the top of the 9th, or I'm sorry, bottom of the 9th. We're at home. And the Cardinals are losing. If I remember correctly, it was 7-6, I believe is what they were losing by. And the Reds closer, Ryan Weathers, comes in. And Cardinal relief pitcher, Braden Looper, is supposed to lead off. Well, they're already pinch hit a lot of people. I think all that was left on the bench was Gary Bennett, the backup catcher. But LaRussa decides to pinch hit Jason Marquis. And if you remember Jason Marquis, he, you know, was a silver slugger. You know, he pitched with like the Rockies, the Braves, us, the Cardinals. But he was a great hitting pitcher. He won like the Silver Slugger Award like the year before that. So he puts him in to pinch hit, and he singles up the middle. So he's on first base. Ryan Weathers is pitching. Up comes Pujols. Me and my buddy are like, no way they pitched to Pujols. He's already jacked 2 bombs on him. No way. Well, I guess the Reds were, you know, huff and glue that day. I don't know why they would do this, but they pitched to Albert Pujols, and he proceeds to launch another, bam, no doubter, right out of the ballpark, walk-off home run, We're going crazy. 3 home run day. Our first game in New Bush. You just could not have asked for a better day at the ballpark. Just absolutely crushed it. 3 home runs in a game. I'd never seen that before or since. I know it's been done, but I've never been there for it, and I've never seen one of my, he was one of my favorite players, and I wasn't collecting cards a ton. Actually, I think I was in 2006, maybe because of this game. I really don't remember, but I did buy some cards in 2006. But for the most part, from like 99 to 2016, I was out of the hobby, other than 2006, and honestly, thinking back, maybe this was it. But since then, obviously I pick up pools cards when I can, fairly cheap and reasonable. I went to the card shop the other day and picked up, I'm talking some El Cheapos. That's second year, but it's like the opening day. These are dollar bin cards, right? But I think that's actually an 06 Heritage. Love the Flair Ultras. And then how about this card? I didn't even know this card existed until last year. I think I bought this probably about a year ago. It's a 2002 Upper Deck or 2003 Upper Deck, but it's, throwback to 89. I just wish it was a kind of a close-up, more like the Griffey or something. But still a cool card, 89, Upper Deck pool. So I think I bought that for like $2 or $3. But what made me really think about this had to be my VR for Brent was I just bought this, and I think this would be a Brent-approved card. I just picked this up. It just came in last week. And just kind of bought it on a whim. This is, I think back 2006, that was also the year, Cardinals won the World Series that year. New stadium, won the World Series. Just a great year for Cardinal baseball. But another great year was 2011, and I happened to be perusing, sometimes I'll just search for Albert Pujols refractors, and that's what I did. And I found a 2011, and it's just cool because it's different, right? There he is, like he just snagged maybe a line drive or something, and looks like he's on his knees almost, there. So just a cool image. 2011 Bowman Chrome. It is a blue refractor, numbered to 150, and there's there wasn't a ton available on eBay to begin with, but this one was definitely, I don't remember, one of those things where they had the opening bid on it. Well, nobody was bidding on it, so I threw them an offer of, I think I bought this for 30 or 35. And there's only 2 of these graded with PSA. This one's actually going to go off to PSA, I think, and get it graded because I like it that much. I love blue refractors. It's super clean. The surface is really good. It's centered pretty well. So, but got that card in, and I got it in like the day after Brent, you announced this VR, and I thought, oh, that's got to be at the Pujols game. I got to talk about it, tie it to this card because I feel like that's a Brent Richards approved baseball card as well. So anyway, congrats again on 400. Brent, you deserve it. Your channel is awesome. You are great. You're a pillar of the card community, in my opinion, because your positivity, the things that you bring, and I love the cards you show off too, right? We don't collect exactly the same, but you do influence me to pick up cards because there is a lot of stuff that you get that I want in my collection as well, or things that I have in my collection that, I found myself going back, looking at Provision cards after your video yesterday. So anyway, thanks a lot, Brent. Thanks for doing this. It was a fun VR. Hope you enjoyed it. Go Cardinals. Bronson Arroyo was a beautiful young lady, and he gave up a big home run. Actually, one last thing. I looked it up. I did look this up. Those 3 home runs, because they were all moonshots, were like 1,238 feet worth of home run that day he had off the Reds. Gotta love it. Anyway, thank you guys. We'll see you on the next one.